Shojo Null, the manga where the whole cast looked like that episode of Rugrats where the babies were in adult bodies. Know what I'm talking about? Of course you don't. Anyone clicking a Shojo Null video doesn't know good TV like Rugrats. Or maybe they do, and they want to get another person's opinion on why this nonsensical manga even exists. Well, I can't tell you why God has blighted us with yet another challenge he knows that we can't handle. But I assure you, I'm going to do my absolute best in this update video to explain to you why Shojo Null is trash, and why there's absolutely no chemistry between the two leads, and why this is not worth your time. Ryaha and Marie are getting in even deeper shit than before. The more cops they kill, the more firepower comes out. Eventually, a squad of technologically advanced Black Ops are called in to take them down with passion, and they almost succeed. It's obvious from this point that the creative team is trying to lean heavy on the camp. Every character introduced is so over the top. You would think this was being scripted by a coked out York University student an hour before deadline. I can't take this shit seriously. I think there's a disconnect between the writer and artist. Shojo Null never feels like a cohesive, narrow-minded series. They're just pulling shit out of nowhere. You mean to tell me that Limbo has existed this entire time, and the cops had absolutely no idea about it? Ryaha and Marie weren't even able to keep their identities secret from the authorities for longer than a dozen chapters. Those idiots got caught in 4K, even with a techno wizard in their ear the whole time. So clearly the cops aren't as stupid as they were initially portrayed as, but they couldn't pick up on the fact that Gijins are collecting themselves, building up their own society? Huh? And don't even get me started on all of the new science and technology being introduced into the manga lately. How coincidental for Marie to pass by a military base that had a half-dozen operational models of her who were fully committed to sacrificing themselves on site just so this psycho bitch could get away. And what the fuck? Drinking Marie's blood acts as a narcotic / anesthetic? What's the point of that? That doesn't make sense at all. This shit is just too over the top for me to take seriously. The art is especially bad because the anatomy is weird and the technology is all organic like. It doesn't really mesh with the hi-fi tech. Ryaha becoming a Gijin. Wow, I didn't see that one coming. I don't really have a problem with it. I more so have a problem with how it ended up coming about. Can someone please explain to me how Ryaha lost his arm? Seriously, because that explosion makes no sense at all. I can deal with camp, but when you go for cheap thrills and shock value, you gotta do it right, man. Otherwise, the sequence comes off looking like a joke. But whatever. Now, the political aspects of this series are coming to light, and we see other individuals with Gijin implants who have stayed young for a long time, no questions asked. I don't know if introducing a political subplot is something the manga needs right now. In fact, I would say more focus on the development of Ryaha and Marie's relationship would make more sense, especially seeing how they're now living in limbo. Too many things are happening, nothing is sticking. The aesthetics from the artist doesn't match up with the story that the writer is trying to put out. Everything about Shojo Null feels very disconnected. As if editorial really wants this series to survive and they're constantly giving feedback on what needs to be done. I definitely think a lot more work needs to go into this series. The half-dozen plot points that have already been put in out there need to either develop or resolve before the story starts accelerating to what I've seen over the last few chapters. Shojo Null is still pretty janky. I would actually love Time Jump because it would give the creative duo an opportunity for a soft reboot. As of now, the story is shaky at best. The art is unimpressive. The characters are less than two-dimensional, and the plot has escalated so far, so quickly, that the reader has no idea where the story is going or even where we are at this point in the journey. Save yourself some time. Skip out on Shojo Null. 2 out of 10.